Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Indie Filmworks. I am your host, Nathan Schur. I guess we should dive right into what the big thing that's going on with Higher Methods. As you probably know, I am directing and producing a feature film this coming January in 2017 called Higher Methods. It's my first feature film, and we just finished an Indiegogo campaign. And a successful one for that matter. A lot to talk about regarding the campaign, and I want to share with you some of the strategies that I used that helped us reach our goal. There are several things that worked and some things that didn't work, so I'm going to go over these with you. What did work? And these are the things that I would advise you guys using as well if you're doing your own campaign. I did something that I read about, actually it might have been on a podcast I heard last summer, and this person was trying to raise funds for the movie. And instead of just doing the typical thing of sending emails to everybody, which you have to do, I sent personal videos to about 150 of my friends and acquaintances, people that I was somewhat confident would actually watch the video. Well, this was something that I'd never done before with a campaign, and I don't think many people actually do. The feedback that I got from this was amazing. Even if they watched the video and they didn't contribute, I got dozens of people that responded to it saying that that was a very unique thing to do. It was a very kind thing to do. And even if they couldn't contribute to our campaign, they would support us by sharing it and telling their friends, which they did. So I think it was a monumental decision to make these personal videos. And when I mean by personal videos, I actually got in front of a camera like this, and I talked directly to them and say, hello, so-and-so, as you know, I'm making this feature film, and we could use your support. And I talked directly to them using their name so they know that I actually took the time to make a video specifically for them. And what I did was, I would take these 150 videos, I uploaded each one of them to my personal Vimeo channel, and I privatized each and every one of them, and then I would send them a link within an email asking them, hey, I made this video specifically for you. This would probably encourage them more to watch it than if I just sent them a random link with a pitch video. So I think that was a fantastic idea. I can't take credit for it. I heard it from somebody else, and it was huge. It really was huge. In total, 62 backers came through for the Indiegogo campaign, and we raised over $4,700, which is amazing because we set a goal for $4,000, and I'd say about 3/4 through the campaign, it wasn't looking so good. I really thought we were only going to raise about half the money that we needed to, but in the end, we did wonderful. Other things that I would recommend doing for your campaign that worked: constant updates. Whether or not people find it annoying or they don't read it, constant communication using the Indiegogo updating. There's a tab on there where you can keep sending updates, and I would just always put some form of content out, whether it's another little video like this that was like a minute long, just giving people an update of what's happening, or I made an update with photos of some of the locations that we're using. And basically all these little videos from different cast members and crew members saying the same thing I was. The important thing was to have different voices talking about this campaign. Just having me basically talk out to the ether, sending the same message all the time, gets kind of dull and people start to tune it out. But when I get my cast members and my crew members to also do it, and their network ends up seeing it, that expands the reach that we have, and another reason why the campaign was successful. Another thing that I did was, instead of just sending emails, mass amount of emails to everybody, I created a mailing list. And I used MailChimp for it. Now, it wasn't a big list. A lot of experts recommend you build up a list of thousands of people that are potential customers and clients that you can send a newsletter out to. Well, I only had about under 400 people that I could gather emails from. And I'm sure I have more that I could do, but the campaign was actually kind of a rush. So I only could collect those 400, and only maybe 20 of those people unsubscribed in the 30 days that I had the campaign. And I sent out an update on average about one a week during the campaign. So it wasn't too much. You don't want to bombard your customers or your friends with too much stuff. So it was about once a week they'd get an email giving them a little bit of information about what's happening with the campaign. So I don't think I overdid it. Another thing was, and I mentioned this before, help from others. Like I said, just having me talk about the campaign really would turn people off. So like I said, getting your cast members and your crew members to share these updates, share these videos on all the social media platforms is key to this. And we did pretty good with that. About half our team did chime in and share these videos, and it was extremely helpful. One strategy that I used that I had mixed feelings about when I started it, because I didn't know if it was going to kill our campaign, was I never one time mentioned anything about giving us money. Obviously, that was what we wanted. We wanted people to contribute to the campaign so that we could make our goal. But I didn't actually say, please give us money, please help us. I never wanted to come off as begging like we needed funds. I always kept using words like, please support us, check out our campaign, see what we're trying to do, share with your friends in your network. Let the campaign speak for itself and not actually ask for a single penny. I'm very proud that I did this throughout the entire campaign and we met our goal. And I was very nervous that some people, when I say please support us, they literally meant like, oh, you know, there you go, Nathan, you know. But no, I was really happy that I employed the strategy and it worked. And actually I think it was a great test as well, because I see a lot of people that run campaigns and it's just like, give me money, give me money, give me money. And it doesn't come off right. I don't like it. I don't contribute to campaigns where people just say, we need your money, help us by giving us this, help, support us. And it comes off as really begging. I really wanted this campaign to have not have that tone to it. And I think it worked. So those are the things that did work. Some of the things that I think didn't work or I could have done better with. We did a variety of pitch video attempts, and some of them were really good and really funny, but none of them I think were really super strong with what a pitch video needs to be. And I think if we had made a better pitch video, the campaign actually would have been better. Nothing wrong with what we did, really cool, fun videos, but going into the campaign, it was a rushed situation because we knew we had to start it and end it before Thanksgiving. Once Thanksgiving hit and Black Friday hit and Cyber Monday, I knew it was going to be a lot harder to get people to contribute to our campaign after that had gone by. So we really had to start it and end it within that 30 days before Thanksgiving, which meant that we really didn't have the strongest pitch video. Like I'm not thrilled with the amount of time that I put into preparing for it. It was a lot of fun to do, though, what we did do. Another thing that would have made our campaign stronger is if we had a proof of concept. When I say proof of concept, I looked at a lot of campaigns and they actually already have a trailer or photos from the set. We went into this campaign with no proof of concept, no, just an idea, trying to just convey what our story is about through our words and a couple photographs. We didn't have any video or photos of behind-the-scene footage, anything to show our audience what our movie is going to look like. So it's very hard to do that. And we actually still met our goal without having any kind of proof of concept. And that was one thing that we were kicking around. Maybe we should shoot a scene for a film ahead of time. That way we can kind of show what it's going to look like. Well, there just wasn't time to do it. And I bet if we had done that, it would have been a stronger campaign. Now, going forward, there are going to be expenses that are going to come to us in the post process. Editing, color grading, music, all the marketing, film festival submissions. all of that stuff is very expensive. And the money that we've raised so far really is to get the film in the can, basically get a shot this January. So there probably will be another campaign that we'll run next year that's going to be geared toward post expenses. But the great thing is we'll have already shot the film, and we can cut a trailer, and we'll have behind the scenes photos and videos. We'll have so much more to show as a proof of concept what our film is going to be and what it can look like, you know, with your help. So I'm really excited, and I know that when we come to that stage, we'll have a very strong campaign behind that. And another thing that is very difficult and is regarding perks. I'm happy with what we have. We had some wonderful contributions that we used for perks in our campaign, but at the same time, they're kind of generic in some ways. Strong perks are huge. What are you giving back to your audience that will entice them to support your campaign? And I think the more you could do, the better. The stronger the perks, the better. One thing I didn't want to make a mistake is offer things that are material items that are hard to deliver on. I did something a couple years ago for a campaign I did for my short film right there, where one of the perks was coffee mugs. Seems like a pretty simple thing, but when I had to, at the end, create, buy, design 18 coffee mugs for my backers, I realized, wow, I'm spending a lot of money here. And what I didn't do was the money that they contributed to that campaign, I didn't set that aside for that expense. And you know, it was a big hit in my wallet later on. So I wanted to make sure that the things that I can give back aren't necessarily things that are going to be a big expense to me after the fact, but still have a strong benefit to the backer. So something to think about when you're creating your perks. The next thing I want to talk about is now that the campaign's over and we hit our goal, the great thing about Indiegogo is that if you hit your goal, it goes into a status called in demand. The great thing about this is we can still run our campaign after the 30 days is over. As of right now, the campaign can still accept contributions to it. We actually just had one yesterday, which was amazing because if we had not met our goal, the campaign would have ended and we could not accept any more contributions. But because it did, I'm hoping that between now and when we start filming, there'll still be some backers that will jump on board and help us out, because that's huge. Still, the more we can raise, the better. It makes our job so much easier if we could still gain more backers to help us. So yeah. And the last thing I want to mention is an event coming up on December 11th. On December 11th at 8 p.m., we are having a short film night fundraiser for Higher Methods. This is a really cool thing. 10 short films from filmmakers, actors, and crew members that are part of our team, part of our crew, are showing short films that they either produced or wrote or acted in, and all the proceeds from this event go directly to the expenses that are going into Higher Methods. And I hope that you will come out and support us. It's only $11 to see what is now about 2 hours worth of short films. A lot of really good projects, films in this. And yeah, and I guess the one other thing I want to mention, I'm not trying to keep this video too long, but there was one little tip that I wanted to convey. Some people during the campaign asked me, you know, they want to contribute. And should they do the Indiegogo campaign, or should they send me a payment through PayPal or send a check? And the interesting thing is, because, you know, with Indiegogo, and this isn't so much with like Kickstarter, it's like all or nothing. You meet your goal or you get nothing. Indiegogo, you keep whatever you make. And some people ask me this, and I thought about it. I asked, you know, if you know them well enough, and you know they're going to do it, ask them to send you a check, because you keep 100% of those funds. I had 4 people send me a check that was over $100. If that was sent to Indiegogo, each one of those Indiegogo keeps like 5%. And then there's like a processing fee that PayPal takes, which is like another 3%. So that's probably like $30 or more that the campaign doesn't make because of the fees that are involved in it. If you have the opportunity where someone offers to help you and you know that they'll just easily send you a check, ask them to do that. Because with Indiegogo, it's not essential to hit your goal. And the nice thing is that you go into this in-demand status, which you can keep raising funds. But, you know, it's just another thing to think about, to weigh when you're in the middle of your campaign. That's all I got for now. There is still a lot of work that we are doing in pre-production for Higher Methods. It's going to be a crazy, I think there's 37 days left until we start filming, and every day counts getting ready for it. So I hope this episode has been very helpful to you, anybody who is in a campaign or thinking about running a campaign. A lot of things I learned about this that I think can help you guys as well. So thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode of Indie Filmworks. We'll try to do another one before we start filming in January. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more information that I can share with you as we get ready for this big endeavor. Thanks, everybody.